Hi guys, good morning all. Today's class is the continuation of the previous class. So today we are going to see about the Spark SQL module part 3. So as part of last class, we have already completed almost 23 program, demo program. So today we will continue from demo 24 up to it will go up I think demo 48. Demo 48 demo program I'm providing you for your, doing hands-on practice and all. Okay. Once you will complete all this program, you will be master, you will be expert in the Spark SQL module. Okay. Let's start. Let's continue. So last class we have seen different kind of or data types that is present or available in the data frame, that is list, tuple we have seen also, right? Today we'll see some complex data types that is present or that is used in the Spark SQL module. Fine. So we'll talk about stock field, we'll talk about the integer type, we'll talk about the string type. So let's continue with the first one. So I've created the Spark version as it is. Then I'm going to create the data schema by taking the help of shootup. You can see I'm using different kind of column name, that is customer ID, mail ID, transaction ID, product name, and the product cost. Okay. I'm reading the sales.csv. You can see almost 5 different column I'm taking. Customer ID, mail ID, transaction ID, product name, and product cost. Now by using the SQL method, I'm trying to run the or execute the code. You can see on top of the Spark session object, I'm calling the method called SQL. Inside that, I'm running a SQL query that is select or from product. Product is nothing but a temporary tool that I have created on top of the Spark data frame. You can see the create or replace temp view product. So I have created a temporary table on top of the data frame, and then I'm calling my I'm running my select query on top of that. Fine. Then it displaying the output. Catalog. Start session store all table in catalog. List tend to see all the list tables. So I will do similarly on top of the product table. I'll just write it. Okay. Or I can use the direct catalog function as well. Spark session object or catalog.list table. It will give me the list of a table that is present in the catalog. Okay. Now, creating two table. So you can see df.create or replace temp view product 1, df.create or replace temp view product 2. So like this, I'm creating two different tables. Now, flow table, like how you are running this flow table. Similarly, if I'm just running flow table inside the SQL, it will just show me the list of table that I have created so far. Fine. Now we can see. So here, initially I have only one table, that's why it's showing product. After running this query, after creating these two tables, if I run two table, now it's showing me two different tables, product 1 and product 2. And now, so instead of selecting all the column from the product table, now I want to select some specific column from the product table, that is product underscore name and product underscore cost. You can see, so it is showing me, it is displaying me only two different column out of the from the product table itself. Similarly, I have to run some SQL query by using the where condition. Select from product where product underscore name is equal to Samsung. So it will display me all the record where product underscore name is equal to Samsung. Similarly, where product underscore name equal to Nokia. So it is displaying all the record. Anyhow, one record is present where product underscore name is equal to Nokia. Now, continue writing select and count. So select condition and writing product underscore name is equal to Samsung. And how many products are there? As you can see in the previous example, there are rows are showing here. That's why I'm getting here count as two. Similarly, if I write, okay, so I'm just writing the product name is starting with S. So obviously, Samsung starting with S and is showing me two different rows only. Now, the next one is product name start with S character and the customer ID is equal to 4 and the product is equal to 500. With this, it is satisfied only two rows. That's why it is displaying only two rows only. Now select and where condition. Where product underscore cost in 10,000 and 20,000. In between 10,000 and 20,000, whatever product are there, it is trying to display here. You can see Samsung, iPhone, Samsung. One is 10,000, 20,000, then 10,000. Similarly, select with count and group by. Select product underscore name, comma count star and count from product group by product name. Based upon the group by, that is product name, I'm trying to figure out the count. So Nokia is 1, iPhone 2, Samsung 2, and STC is. Now select and group by. Select product underscore name, comma count star as from product pool, group by product underscore name being count greater than 1. So here 1 is that just 1, 2. I will filter it out the 1. So having count greater than 1 is only 3 rows is showing. Okay, here in the previous example, 4 rows, including 1, not a 1. But I want to figure out where count is greater than 1. That's why 3 rows are showing here. Fantastic. Right now, select and group by and order by. Select customer underscore ID, count star as count from product group by customer underscore ID having count greater than 1, order by customer ID. You can see the count greater than 1 and the customer ID. Okay, I want to count only the two column, customer ID as well as count star as count. Okay. Now I'm going to find out the maximum value. So we can see under the product underscore cost, I am trying to find out what the maximum product cost. You can see maximum product cost is 1,000. Okay. Similarly, minimum product cost is equal to 1,000. It will be 10,000. So there's a typo error. I think 10,000. It's 1,000. You can see. Now sum is 81,000. Okay. Now describe. If I write describe, it will describe everything like how many counts of the product of the count, mean value, standard deviation value, minimum value, maximum value, everything is there. So maximum value is showing 30,000. Okay. So there is a error here. It should be 30,000 maximum value. Okay. It should be 30,000. Minimum value is 1,000. It's the correct one. Okay. You can see here. Minimum value is 1,000. Maximum 30,000. Mean value is equal to 11,571 points. 4285 something. Okay. Then standard deviation. Then count is equal total 7 different products are there. Now option on specific comment. So I want multiply the two with product cost. So what are the product cost you are able to see? Now multiply and I want to call it for different column. That column name is double underscore cost. So I'm doubling the cost of each and every product that I'm creating a different column and story. So how to create a different column, a new column? By using with column method. For the data frame, I'm calling the with column. Then the column name I'm passing. What should be the new column name? Double underscore cost. Then on top of which column I want to apply the operation, that is DA product underscore cost. Then I want to multiply because I have to double the amount. Okay, then so it's displaying here, you can see. So previously I had 5 column, now I have 6 column because I have created a new column called double underscore cost. Similarly, column renaming. How to rename the column? For that, I have to use a method called with column rename. So on top of the existing data frame, I'm calling with column rename. Then other column name, the new column name. So old column name is called product underscore cost. Now I have to change it to item underscore cost. You can see this is the old one before renaming the column product underscore cost. After renaming the column, so instead of product underscore cost, now it is present item underscore cost. The rest of the column name are same. You can see customer ID, mail ID, transaction ID, product name, product name. Fine. Now, dropping the column. How to drop the column? Very simple. Data frame to drop of that column name. So here, product underscore cost column, I would fix. You can see. Before dropping, all the 5 columns are there. After dropping, you can see there is no product underscore cost column in the second data frame. You can see. So I have only 4 columns. Previously, it was 5 columns. Fantastic, right? I hope there is no problem with up to this point. Now we want to move into a new concept called join. So how to do join operation between two different data frames. Now you can see. So I have created a table A and table B. Now I have to do the join operation between table A and table B. How to do that? You can see the inner join, right? So A is nothing but the table data frame 1. Dot join of data frame 2. So what is the common column? You can say tba dot name double equal to tb dot name. You can see name is the common column, right? So I am just doing the inner join. Similarly, left join. Have to just write same condition. How is equal to left? So how is the parameter that I need to pass? Okay, it's a kind of parameter I have to pass. How is equal to left means left join is happening. Similarly, if I write how it will write, right join will happen. How it's called to full join, so full join will happens like that. Okay, so with this guys we have completed successfully 8 programs. Okay, so in this 24 to 48 and in the previous part 2 I have completed almost 23 program. So altogether with this 48 demo program we have completed. So do practice. Okay, keep on rocking, do practice coding, and so that you will get a hands-on, more grabs and more command over the Spark SQL module. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.